let's start with something a little bit more basic. So can you just start by explaining the difference between perimenopause and menopause?
Yes, that is a really good question. And I think knowing the definitions is very important for this transition because there's a lot of different terminology out there. Actually, menopause is a single point in time. It's a day in your life when it has been 1 year since your last menstrual cycle. I would say the menopause transition, though, is a process that takes years. I tell my patients, hey, this is actually probably a 10 years long process that we go through. And in that process, there's a lot of transition in the period of time when there has been some beginning of hormonal change where women are still having periods, the pattern is shifting. That is what we call perimenopause. And that can start as early as mid-30s for many women, but really probably more noticeable for most women starting in their early 40s. And then once a woman goes through menopause, the remainder of her life, she is considered to be postmenopausal.
Okay, that's a great explanation. So I know there's overlap, obviously, between perimenopause and menopause. Are the symptoms different or do they tend to be very similar?
So again, it is a transition and that experience is very different from person to person. So it is very individualized. I think because there's not a lot of information out there for women to go to, oftentimes they're sort of caught by surprise because their periods may be still coming pretty regularly, but hey, all of a sudden they're not sleeping as well, or waking up in the night for no reason, or feeling a little bit more edgy. So I would say that for the pattern that occurs, there may be certain symptoms that kind of tend to show up earlier in perimenopause. And I would say often, though, the sleep disturbance may be the first thing. So not necessarily associated with the hot flashes or night sweats overnight, but waking up at night often really catches women off guard. So that can be certainly a perimenopausal symptom. And then once periods are less regular, more likely to notice some of the typical hot flashes, sometimes also joint aches and pains, and also a lot of hormone fluctuation can cause mood changes in women, either anxiety, new onset of depression, which had not existed before, or exacerbation for women who are more susceptible to that.